from LST Johnson Arena. Morehead State and Tennessee State earlier tonight in the women's game. Earlier today, that is, in the women's game. Morehead State won that one 69-60. So a good start to the day and hopefully a good finish to today. And we're set around the center circle as Barry Mathis, one of the officials, brings the ball in. Opening tap controlled by no one. Rolls out of bounds at the far side as Jordan Walker was battling Michael Littlejohn. They'll give it to Morehead State just outside the hash mark, just outside the timeline on the far side of the floor. James Baker to inbound. Talon Cooper against Freeman. Makes the catch, comes across the timeline with the left-hand dribble. Angles left, far hash on the hop to Walker, curls out front. Bounce left wing, back to Cooper. Cooper wheels it out straight away. Henson off the screen, open from three-point land. Front of the rim, miss. Rebound baseline right to Harris. Tennessee State with its first trip down the floor. Michael Freeman, who had 9 turnovers against Eastern Kentucky in that loss on Thursday night with the ball. Gives it to Egbuda, driving on Claude to the right block. Turns to his left, fades, fires. Barely grazed the iron. And coming back after the offensive rebound with a tomahawk jam is Shaquem Johnson.
Yeah, James Baker was battling for rebounding position down there, and he just didn't get ready for the ball to come in. It went right over his head. And it's a board that I know he thinks he's probably going to have.
High right, Claude to Baker. Head of the key, around the left to Cooper. Left block, Claude fakes once, twice, turns, hooks off the iron. No, but slammed down on the foul by Baker.
There's quite a bit of contact to Tyjon Claude. Absorbed on that shot with no whistle, but no harm, no foul as Baker was there for the slam putback.
2-2 the score early. Freeman out front. To Harris, to Freeman. Around the right to Littlejohn. Outside the right block to Egbuda on Claude. He'll back him down. Now they double him. Kick out to the near side to Harris. He'll come to the wing and bounce it back toward the block. And Egbuda. To the far side it goes. Down at the baseline, Freeman lost the ball off his foot as he took a pass from Littlejohn. And they're going to say still, though, it's TSU basketball.
I couldn't see through bodies.
Yeah, either could I. But 1 on the shot clock, though, for TSU as they inbound baseline left. Left of the lane. Harris, and he won't get a shot away. Shot clock violation. Turnover Tennessee State. First of the afternoon, gives it back to Morehead State.
Yeah, I mean, that was Tennessee State was in a tough spot there, but Wesley Harris has got to know the situation. Got to know there's 1 on the shot clock.
Catch it,
you catch it, you shoot it. You can't. There's no time to put any kind of move whatsoever on.
Morehead State comes across the timeline, led by Talon Cooper. Man-to-man TSU. He'll float down the left arc. Standing dribble, turns it right, comes out front. Bounce right block extended. Baker falls down high right. Henson scissors and threes and hits. 5-2 Morehead State. Jaiman on the board on senior day here at Morehead State. Freeman works the dribble left to the logo. Jump pass out front. Johnson right of the lane on the drive. Backs it out along the wing. Kicks it out to Littlejohn, to Freeman toward the left and Egbuda. Check that Harris. Off to Johnson. He'll drive the lane. Kick out straight away. Freeman, and a charge as Talon Cooper knocked down. And that's the second TSU turnover, and it's Shaquem Johnson with the charging violation. That's the first foul of the game on either team.
So far, so good for Morehead State on defense. They've been very solid, staying with their principles. Good job with the guys in goal.
Cooper popping out high right. Claude, head of the key. Baker to the right. Henson on the move. Bounce right block. Baker curls left, turns, puts it up with one hand, rolls off no good. Whistle foul, he'll get 2. And that foul on Johnson. And Shaquem Johnson already with 2 fouls. He'll be coming out very shortly as Coach Penny Collins sending a man over to the scorer's desk. Line left, James Baker. He's already got a field goal and 2 points. James at the line, 56%. Cans the first freebie.
You know, Chuck, I've noticed a little bit of change last Thursday night and then so far early in this ball game. James seems to be looking for his now. He's got a little bit more of a confidence boost. We've talked about it in the past. It's been kind of a tough year for him offensively, but he seems to be going looking for it the last couple of games.
Missed the second free throw. Rebound Egbuda for Tennessee State. Carlos Marshall came in, by the way, for Johnson. Marshall, a 6'6" redshirt sophomore from Memphis. averaging 12 points a game. Harris has it, head of the key on Talon Cooper. To Marshall, driving right of the lane. Kick high right to Littlejohn, moving back out to the hash. 9 to shoot. Egbuda driving the lane, left of the lane, on Claude with a left-hand scoop and score.
Pretty nice move by Egbuda.
5-4, make that 6-4 Morehead State. From the right side, 3-ball put up by Henson. Rebound ricochets around Tennessee State with a basketball. Left sideline, Freeman. Freeman dancing inside the left hash. On Henson. Bounce out front, Egbuda. Right to left, Littlejohn forward. Around for a 3-ball and splashes it home.
Simple little curl handoff.
7-6 in favor of Tennessee State. MSU, though, with a basketball. Across the line, Talon Cooper. On Freeman. Backs his way toward the top of the key. Dump inside, cutting, Claude for the slam.
Very simple, basic basketball play. A pick and roll. Tyjon Claude set the high pick and then just rolled straight to the rim, and he got a nice pass.
8-7 Morehead State. 16-12 to go inside the line. Freeman on Cooper. Morehead State extending that defense out a bit. Freeman working the dribble out top, 14 to shoot. Pull up, free throw line, fade away, jumper, nails it.
It's a nice move by Freeman.
Good defense.
Wasn't bad defense, but Freeman was just able to do just a slight little step back and give himself enough space.
9-8 Tennessee State off the right angle. Cooper says, I can do it too, and he hits from 15 out. Talon Cooper's first two get Morehead State back on top by 1. Inside the left hash, Freeman out to Harris, wide left. Left-handed long line drive 3, nothing but net. Harris for the year, 36% from long range. 12-10 Tennessee State as we trade baskets.
That one looked like money.
Cooper between the circles, high right, Claude. Baker out for it, toward the left, and Cooper out to Baker again, to the right, and Henson. He'll put it to the deck, come baseline to the hole. Blocked away by Egbuda, and a foul on Emmanuel Egbuda. Third on TSU. Takes us to immediate timeout as Morehead State about to send in L.J. Bryant and Malik Riddle. 15-11 to go in the first half here at Johnson Arena. Your score, Tennessee State 12, Morehead State 10. This is the Eagle Sports Network. Tennessee State leads Morehead State 15-11 to go in the first half at Johnson Arena. While we have a moment, let's step aside for 10 seconds and station identification right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
You're in tune to Ivy 96.3 FM. WIVY Morehead, the flagship station of Morehead State University Athletics.
After the foul on Emmanuel Egbuda, line left, Morehead State's Jaimin Henson for 2. First one up, front of the rim and a miss. Henson with 3 points on a triple earlier in this ball game. 72% on the year at the line. Morehead State is 4 of 7 from the field. Tennessee State 5 of 6, rebounding 4-1 Tigers. Turnovers 2-0 TSU. Henson's second free throw, a little more oomph and a miss off the back of the rim this time. Tennessee State, Egbuda the rebound. To Freeman. Freeman through the logo, angles left of it toward the far hash. Works on Jordan Walker, bounce out front. To Egbuda, down the right arc he runs. Littlejohn has it now from him. He'll turn left. He'll come into a 19-footer and hit the jumper.
Kind of a very simple little weave play up front, and Littlejohn just came off a high ball screen and a handoff by Egbuda, and L.J. Bryan was guarding Egbuda, and he was off of him so far that he couldn't help hedge and prevent that shot.
Littlejohn with 5, 14-10 Tennessee State. Here's Cooper curling toward the left elbow, far side to Walker. Walker, he'll drive the angle, pull up in the lane, lost the handle, knocked away. Marshall has it for Tennessee State. Now to Freeman, back to Marshall, driving on Cooper up the right angle, and he palmed it and turned it over. Third turnover for the Tigers as Malik Riddle in for Morehead State replaces Jyman Henson. So the Eagles have Baker, Cooper, Riddle, Walker, and L.J. Bryan on the floor.
Cooper came in today averaging about 23, 24 minutes a ball game. Wouldn't surprise me to see him get 36 today.
Cooper leaves it at the logo. Baker, right hash Walker. Walker holding. Now Riddle out between the circles. Wide left to Cooper. Fakes, puts it to the deck, comes top of the key. He's open, won't shoot it. Wide left, Baker fakes. He'll drive the angle to the hole. Tries to shovel up a shot, partially blocked off the glass. But he's fouled. He'll get 2 free throws. And that foul is on Carlos Marshall, his first, and the 4th on Tennessee State.
I'll tell you, Marshall was set up right there in the middle of the lane and just took James Baker on. You can see the replay right here. I think if he would have gone straight up and not tried to bat the ball down, he may have gotten away with that contact.
Baker, first free throw right down the tube. James now with 4 points. Came in averaging 8, so he's halfway home to that, and hopefully a whole lot more.
So he can pad that average a little bit today.
Morehead down by 3 as Baker sets up for the second freebie. Again, he's line left, pops it with a right hand, and drills that one home. 5 points for Baker to lead Morehead State. And the Eagles defend down 14-12 with 13:59 to go in the half. Toward the left sideline, Freeman. Freeman, left hash, comes between the circles to his right on Baker. Far side to Marshall at the arc. Head of the key, Egbuda, down low, finds a man baseline left for the easy 2 off the glass, and that's Harris.
Harris just really posted very strong on L.J. Bryan.
From the right elbow, Baker now cans a 15-foot turnaround jumper.
Excuse me, L.J. Bryan was really battling him, and he fronted him, and that was a bad move by Bryan because he left the backside wide open the last trip.
16-14 Tennessee State Tigers with the ball. Egbuda bobbles the pass, and now we've got 2 players tangled up inside Walker along with Harris, and Jordan Walker picks up his first foul. And the first on Morehead State. Henson and Claude checking into the MSU lineup. Walker and Bryan sit down.
You can see on the replay there, Walk giving up some size to Wesley Harris. He was just battling, trying to keep him, deny an entry pass, and just a little too handsy.
Harris, baseline left, almost under the glass on the inbound. 20 to shoot, high left, leaping Egbuda toward the left hash, tipped by Cooper. Littlejohn got it in the backcourt at the far sideline. He'll come forward, jump feed, skips it to the right corner. Open Marshall for a triple air ball. Hauled off left block by Claude for Morehead State to Cooper. Here come the Eagles right to left. Cooper slows it down in the offensive end. He'll drive left to the lane, to the block, spins it back out. Baker, top of the key, 19-footer, swish! James Baker with 2 more, now has 9 points to lead all scorers, and we're tied at 16 after the Baker bucket. 12:42 left to go until halftime. Freeman across the timeline. Works it wide left. Keeps his dribble there on Baker. Bounce out front. Egbuda moves in. Open from the free throw line. He'll jump and shoot and miss. Baker high in the air. Rips down the rebound with the right hand. Gives it back to Cooper. Left of the logo to the offensive end comes Coop. Wide left to his right. Back to Baker. Left side. Open from three-point land. Yes, sir.
I mentioned it a little while ago. James Baker, the last couple of ball games, has seemed to be looking for his more. And today, definitely he's looking for it. He's feeling it.
He's already got 12 in Morehead State with the Baker basket there. Up 19-16. Freeman, high left on Baker. Baseline left, Egbuda spin move on Claude with a one-hander. Back of the rim, no. Riddle takes down the rebound for Morehead State to Cooper. Cooper trying to get around Harris to the offensive end. Through the emblem he comes. Bounce right block to Claude, knocked away from him. Taken off by Carlos Marshall for Tennessee State to Freeman. Freeman, far sideline offensive end. High right to Marshall, driving on Riddle, to the block to the baseline, to the left block, off to Egbuda, who slams it down with authority with 2 hands.
Malik Riddle got beat on the dribble, and that caused a 2-on-1 situation down low, and it led to that jam by Egbuda.
Morehead lead cut to 1. Egbuda with 4 points. 11:20 to go until the break. Both teams about to make lineup changes. Cooper floating down the left arc. Back to his right between the circles. Alley-oops inside Baker, right side. Catch and shoot 3, Riddle. Back of the rim, Rebound tapped out, free throw line. Baker, straight away, Cooper, high left. Here's Jaimin Henson into a 3, in and out. No, Baker, offensive rebound, put back, sticks between the rim and the glass. Jump ball call, possession line, Tennessee State. It was partially blocked. Tennessee State sending in 3 players. Morehead State 1 during this media timeout that's coming up. 10:57 to go until halftime here at Johnson Arena. It's Morehead State 19, Tennessee State 18 here on the Eagle Sports Network. Here at Johnson Arena. I'm Chuck Morales with Dean Harden. 10:57 to go until the break. Morehead State shooting 54%, TSU 67%, rebounding 6-5 Morehead. Turnovers 3-2 Tennessee State. Tigers now have on the floor Donnie Malone, a 6'2 junior from Memphis, Tennessee. And let's see who else is out there. It would appear to be Johnson along with Harris and Littlejohn. Harris has the ball. One more toward the far side, John Brown. Brown, left block extended. Harris trying to come in on Henson, turns to his left, lost the ball off his hands. It rolls off to Claude, who gives it to Walker. Walker to the offensive end. Works it high left, and he bumps into Michael Littlejohn, and Littlejohn with a foul, his first, and that will be Tennessee State's 5th.
Yeah, Walt just had him beat going on the left side of him, and Littlejohn just gave him a pretty stiff hand check to slow him up, and that's an automatic foul.
If you're wondering where Juice Thomas is, not playing the point for Morehead State, he's out today with a concussion. Suffered that Thursday night against Belmont. Walk at the left wing, turns it right, top of the key. Starts forward, and they're going to call him for palming, and Morehead State with turnover number 3.
3 apiece now. You mentioned it coming back in after that last media timeout. Entertaining ball game. You know, teams put the ball in the hole like they both are, shooting very well, getting up and down the floor. It makes an entertaining ball game.
Morehead State will defend inside the half-court line as Littlejohn comes across left of the logo, right of the logo, off to Harris. Down the near side, Malone at the arc. He'll put it to the deck, curling left on Walker, back out front, coming forward Harris. Harris dancing, now going left hash. Littlejohn down the wing with 12 to shoot. 10 to shoot. Left block extended. Johnson fights in on Claude, goes inside. Brown, baseline right for the layup.
Julius Dixon got lost. He got turned around a little bit on the weak side defense, and that left his man wide open for an easy 2.
Tennessee State moves back in front at 20-19. Walker inside the timeline at the emblem. High right coming out for it, Julius Dixon. Far hash, whips it off to Riddle. Out for it, Henson. Now Walker plays it out front. Walker holding high. Right wing Henson, 8 to shoot. Right elbow, jump and shoot from there. Left it short. Rebound tip Tennessee State. Johnson with it down the left sideline at midcourt. Slowing it down at the wing and back out left of the logo. Brown out to Littlejohn. He'll fake, drive on Walker, got by him, and we've got a reach-in foul on Jordan Walker, his second personal, and Morehead State's second as a team as L.J. Bryan, Talon Cooper, and James Baker check into the Morehead State lineup. Henson and Riddle will stay out there. Shot clock at 22. Right sideline, John Brown, offensive end inbound for Tennessee State. Toward the hash and Littlejohn. Michael Littlejohn on Jaimin Henson. Popping out front for it. Johnson wide left. Harris back out toward the line and Littlejohn. Littlejohn driving to the right block inside. Throws it over his head. Baseline right off the glass and through.
Agbuda set the high screen and L.J. Bryan hedged on the wrong side of him. And that's why that right side was wide open down the lane.
Littlejohn was 7, 22-19 Tennessee State. Cooper top of the key dancing. Crossover dribble. Bounce right block Bryan. Now he slips and lost his balance and travel. He was trying to work in there on Shaquem Johnson and just slipped and fell down.
Just lost his footing a little bit.
He was going to the hole for sure.
Yeah, he was.
Morehead State retreats on defense, down by 3. Tennessee State with a basketball. 8:50 left to play in the half. Michael Littlejohn through the middle, angles to the right of the emblem toward the near hash. Morehead State in a 2-3 zone right now. Littlejohn, right hash Malone. Holds high, looks, back out to Littlejohn. Back to Malone. Malone holding, looking. Wants Harris, instead out to Littlejohn to the right side to Brown. Right of the lane, Harris fades, baseline 15-footer, rolls off the rim, no. Baker slams the ball to the hardwood, picks off the rebound himself there, and gives it to Cooper. Cooper to Baker, high right. He'll jump into a three, got it!
James Baker was just trailing it on a delayed break, and I thought Cooper did a good job of selling it. He kept looking inside, and he kind of looked off the defense, and then he caught Baker trailing, and he drilled it.
Bake with 15. Morehead State's tied it at 22. Littlejohn penetrates. Dish down low. Baseline left for the layup is Harris.
Good job of Littlejohn breaking down the Morehead State defense and getting numbers for his Tigers.
Harris with 7, 24-22, Tennessee State. Between the circles, Cooper runs the left arc. Back to his right, he comes top of the lane. Throws it inside to Bryan. Now we've got a foul as Bryan makes the catch on the pass. And we have a media timeout, so we'll step aside and sort things out during the break. 7:46 to go until halftime here at LST Johnson Arena. It's Tennessee State 24, Morehead State 22. I'm Chuck Morales with Dean Harden here on the Eagle Sports Network. Of 15 from the field. The big story offensively for Morehead. James Baker, 15 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from three-point land. His last three-pointer came December 21st in Ohio. Wow. But he's feeling it today.
Yeah, he is. And not only that, he's got 5 rebounds.
Hey, he's been all over the place.
He's like playing like a man possessed.
MSU has Cooper baseline left, 20 to shoot in the offensive end with the inbound. Left block to Baker on the catch, and now what? L.J. Bryan with an illegal screen, perhaps?
Illegal screen on L.J. Bryan.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it again. I couldn't see through the bodies.
Third foul on Morehead, first on Bryan. Comes with 7:45 to go until the break.
It's Morehead State's 5th turnover.
Doesn't look like any lineup changes. Harris on the inbound to Littlejohn. He'll be picked up at three-quarter court by Cooper as he comes down the right sideline. To the offensive end as he crosses the midcourt stripe. Out top, skips it toward the left hash to Brown. Brown holding off the Harris screen, rolls right near side. Littlejohn to the right block, pass to Egbuda and a double team. Fights to the hole, lays it up, missed it. Fight for the rebound. Riddle had it, took a bump. Should be a foul, I think, on Harris. Did they call this on Morehead State?
I think they just called it out of bounds.
Okay, out of bounds, all right.
And I tell you, I think I couldn't tell who it was. Might have been Bryan. When Egbuda went to the rack, he got hit pretty hard.
Harris has it after the inbound, wide left. He'll fade and fire, and it's a 2 as he had that left foot just inside the line.
Harris
He's got 9 points.
Shot.
Yeah. He backed up just a little bit. He had 3. 26-22, Tennessee State with a lead. Cooper, head of the key, angles right. Back to his left. Keeps his dribble, far sideline toward the corner, Riddle. Baseline right, Bryan turns left, comes to the hole, wrap around layup, score it.
He gave, as he was coming across the lane, he gave just a little head fake to get Egbuda up in the air. He just continued to go around with that wraparound layup.
26-24. Tennessee State with the ball in the lead at the left sideline. Freeman driving the angle to the baseline. Cut off by Cooper. Back behind him, left of the lane, Egbuda. To the far side, Littlejohn. Littlejohn backs it up to the hash on Cooper. Comes down the wing. Now he'll step into a long 3. Miss it. Baseline right rebound. Henson and Morehead State. Jaiman clears it up the floor on the hop to Cooper. Cooper wide right. Penetrates the lane. Here he comes to the hole with a left-hand scoop. Off the glass, off the rim and in.
I wasn't sure if Coop was going to be able to get it up on the rim. He lost his balance, and he was falling over as he just kind of scooped it up, and he still got it to go.
He's got 4, and we're tied at 26. 6:12 to play in the half. Littlejohn at the left wing. Head of the key, Egbuda. He'll move in, free throw line. Into Bryan at the block. Feeds up an air ball. Bryan picks it up off the hardwood and goes to Cooper, and Morehead State comes the other way with a chance to move in front. Cooper, wide left, Baker. Catch and shoot 3 again. This one, side of the rim, no. Rebound ricochets away to Tennessee State's Egbuda. To Carlos Marshall.
A little bit of a heat check, and I don't know about a great shot, but hey, the man's so hot, let him go.
Marshall right of the lane. Baseline on the cut, Brown for the stuff.
Malik Riddle was guarding Brown and Brown was over in the near corner. Riddle got his head turned when the ball came toward him, and he lost sight of his man easy too on the backdoor.
Tennessee State by 2. Here's Henson. Has his rebound or has his layup rejected, gets it back, floats up a shot, missed it, knocked down, whistle foul, should get 2 free throws. Emmanuel Egbuda with his second. Number 7 on Tennessee State. That puts Morehead State in the bonus with 5:25 to go in the half. And line left, though, Jaiman Henson will get 2 free throws as he was in the act of trying to score.
Saw that on the replay. Jaiman just stayed with it. Very good individual effort. A lot of energy there. Got his initial shot blocked by Marshall. Stayed with it and then picked up a foul and going to the line.
Eagles drop everyone away from the lane on the first free throw that Henson hits. Jaiman now with 4 points. Tyjon Claude back in for Morehead State, replacing Bryan. They've got Riddle, Cooper, Baker, and Henson as the other 4 Morehead players. Morehead State will drop 3 away from the lane. Cooper, the only player down there, is looks like Littlejohn is returning for Tennessee State, replacing Carlos Marshall. Meanwhile, with a second free throw, Jaiman Henson is teamed down by 1. He can tie the game here. 5:25 to go until halftime. Floats it up with the right hand. It's in. Jaiman with 5. We're knotted at 28. Full court Morehead pressure. Brown on the inbound to Freeman to Littlejohn on the backside. Back to Freeman, dancing across the line on Henson. The Eagles backing off a bit. Henson now coming out between the circles on Freeman. Left hash Littlejohn back to Freeman to the right and Harris. Like Morehead in a 2-3 zone.
Yeah.
Harris wide left. It goes to Littlejohn, and he runs into a Morehead State player, and he's called for a charge, and Michael Littlejohn has his second personal, and that's number 8 on Tennessee State.
You're going to see it here on the replay as Cooper, he just stayed good position, stayed good and strong. Littlejohn just used that forearm, just enough of a little shove to get called for the offensive foul.
Carlos Marshall returns for Tennessee State. Cooper, unopposed, out of the backcourt, comes across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Works it off to the right hash Claude, down the right sideline. Henson over for it. Cooper against the 2-3 zone. Right side, Riddle. Riddle fakes, penetrates. Here he comes with a runner from the lane. Got it.
I don't know what that was. I think it was a 2-3 or maybe a 3-2. But regardless, Malik Riddle found the seam and just was able to penetrate right in the lane straight away, 10-footer.
His first basket gives Morehead State a 30-28 lead. Left of the lane. Freeman gives it up. Cooper with it. Cooper on the drive to the other end. Rolls it up, no good. Offensive rebound, Claude putback, rolls off, no good. Whistle foul. He'll get 2 free throws. And that's on Shaquem Johnson. That's his third.
Yeah, I was surprised when he came back a little bit ago for Egbuda.
Tyjon Claude, a 50% free throw shooter with a field goal and 2 points today. Will shoot his first 2 free throws in just a moment. He's lying left with 4:25 to go in the half. Morehead State up 30-28. Tyjon's first one up. Bottom of the front iron and no good.
Now Johnson will go out. Egbuda comes right back in.
And Egbuda will be going out there with 2 fouls. Claude looks up. Next free throw, an air ball. Boy, that one was ugly.
Yeah, that was well short, about a foot short.
It grazed the net, but came nowhere near the rim. Full court, Morehead State pressure.
Morehead State 2-2-1 full court press. They don't typically do a whole lot of trapping with this.
Freeman backside long, clear down the left sideline to Harris. Harris in the offensive end, outside the far hash to Freeman. Freeman playing it down, left side of the logo to Harris, high right, 15 to shoot. To Freeman. Freeman between the circles, 2-3 Morehead State zone. Freeman turns it right toward the top of the key, floats a pass to the lane, Harris. Right block, Egbuda takes in Claude, turns, hooks, rolls in good.
Egbuda is very, very good when you get the basketball, and within 6-8 feet of the basket, he can really do some work. I've noticed that whenever they give it to him up top, free throw line or a little higher, Morehead State's defense locks way off. They'll let him have that 15-foot jumper, but they can't let him have it that deep in the lane.
6 points for Egbuda. We're tied at 30. Cooper on the dribble at the right wing. Down toward the corner off the hands of Baker, out of bounds at the TSU bench. And immediate timeout is coming our way. The 6th Morehead State turnover, by the way. 3:34 left to go in this first half here at Johnson Arena in Morehead, Kentucky. It's Morehead State 30, Tennessee State 30. This is the Eagle Sports Network. Morehead State and Tennessee State locked in a good one right now here in the first half at Johnson Arena in Morehead, Kentucky. 30-30 to score, 3:34 left to play. In the first half, I'm Chuck Morales with Dean Harden. Morehead State sending out Cooper, Henson, Baker, Riddle, and Claude. Egbuda, Marshall, Harris, Malone, and Freeman for TSU. Morehead State shooting over 52%. Tennessee State nearly 61%. Rebounding to MSU 12-8. Turnovers 6-5 Morehead State. toward the back corner, far side. Defensive end Harris on the inbound to Freeman. Dogged all the way up the left sideline by Henson. Comes across the line, nearly double team, left corner to Marshall. Back out to the hash and Freeman, who resets it to his right at the emblem. Morehead State, the 2-3 zone. As Freeman floats high left and comes back to his right, top of the key. Inside the lane, Egbuda turns, 3-footer, back of the rim, no. Rebound tapped in the air. Harris has it. A bounce, baseline left, reverse layup, scores it. Can't give that away.
No, well, Wesley Harris started it initially by setting a really good screen, and Tajon Claude let Egbuda get it so deep. And that set the whole tone for that whole possession.
Harris with 11, TSU by 2. High right, Claude. Back out to Baker. Around the left to Cooper. Here's Henson, wide left, off a screen for 3, in and out, Inside the lane, the rebound, John Brown for Tennessee State. Brown across the line, left sideline to Freeman. Freeman angles in, then curls back out.
Morehead State now back man-to-man.
I think maybe Freeman saw that, and that's why he reset out front. Yep. He'll work it high left on Baker, 14 to shoot. Bounce up top to Egbuda. Egbuda to Brown coming left to right. He'll penetrate right of the lane, jump and shoot from 12. Spins out, no. Rebound, knocked away out of bounds, baseline to the left, and they'll give it to Tennessee State. Last touch by the Eagles, James Baker.
Yeah, Egbuda was right there and had it, and James Baker came down off the high post to at least knock it out of bounds to keep Egbuda from getting an easy 2 putback.
Freeman to inbound, baseline left with Cooper in his face. Far side, Marshall on the catch. He'll drive the baseline. Here he comes to the hole, stripped away by Henson, who goes down toward the right corner. Jumper put up and missed by Harris. Morehead State the rebound. Cooper with it now, coming the other way, right to left across the timeline. Near side, wide open, Jaimin Henson for 3, in and out, and back in again.
And that snapped about a 2-minute, 50-second scoring drought for Morehead State.
Henson with 8, Morehead State in front by 1, 33-32. 1:49 to go until the break. Down central, left to right comes Freeman. Freeman toward the left hash. Head of the key, Harris. Harris looking. Takes it to his left. Wanted Brown, not open. Bounce baseline. Littlejohn to the hole. Wrap around layup. He scores it.
He just beat Cooper on a backdoor cut on the left side, and then a nifty little dipsy-do underhand reverse.
Littlejohn with 9 points. TSU by 1, 34-33. 1:20 left to go. First half. Cooper down the right wing. Fades and fires from 16. Swish! Cooper with 6. Morehead State by 1. 1:08 to play. Left hash. Freeman plays it down on Cooper. 20 on the shot clock. Curling high left, dancing to his right. To his left, Claude runs out on him. Now he'll step into a 19-footer by himself, and he drains it.
Looked like Morehead State got kind of caught up in a switch situation, left him way too open. He's a good shooter.
Freeman was 6. Cooper at the left wing. TSU by 1. Here's Henson, baseline left. Cut off about 18 feet out. Kick out left side. Cooper inside the lane. Claude turns left, puts it up high off the glass, off the rim. No, Baker with a tap. That didn't go anywhere. And now here comes TSU the other way, led by Freeman. To the far side, Marshall. Catch and shoot from 3, in and out, and back in again. And Tennessee State with 19.4 seconds to go until halftime, up 39-35. Sees Morehead State use a timeout before it gets the basketball to go the other way. Well, that was a big exchange right there. Morehead State actually had a chance to go into the halftime locker room with the lead with 19 seconds to go, basically here to go now in this half. Dean, it's not impossible that they could do it, but the main thing is to take this last possession and get points out of it.
Yeah, get some points. That's the big thing. And now what we're going to see is that Barry Mathis and one of the other officials, Ramonte Dishman, are overlooking on the monitor. James Baker got tangled up with somebody on the near side lane, and it might have been Egbuda. I couldn't tell who it was he got tangled up with. But Baker was really talking with Barry Mathis about the contact there, and so now they're going to go back and look at it. We can see here on the replay, and don't see a lot there. And he got tangled up with Wesley Harris, and they're going to look at it to see if there was any nonsense that happened. But I don't see much there that you could maybe upgrade into a flagrant 1.
Morehead State down by 4 will have the ball most likely when we come back into action. And Barry Mathis will come the other way and give MSU the ball at the baseline, I believe.
Yeah. No further action.
Nothing else that needs to be called.
Now Penny Collins is talking with Monte Dishman and is a little bit animated, and I don't know what's going on now. I guess Tennessee State calls a timeout. But I don't know why Collins was so animated to the referee.
I'm not sure either, unless he saw something or thought he saw something that we did not.
I don't know.
No. Again, from here,
Fun
Morehead
half.
State's men and women on the road to finish up the year. Austin Peay Thursday down in Clarksville, and playing the Evil Empire down in Richmond on Saturday.
The Evil Empire.
Yes. Eastern's had a good year.
They have. I think of all the teams in the Ohio Valley Conference, Eastern Kentucky has probably overachieved more than any other team on the men's side. Most of the polls, I think, had them listed 7th, 8th, and they've had a good, nice year.
Morehead State with the ball. Here comes Cooper after the ball rolled in by Baker. 17 seconds left to go as he crosses the timeline left of the logo. We're down to 13 seconds. He'll play it down, left to right hand on the dribble out the hash. He'll come between the circles. Right side, Baker from 18, nothing but net.
Wasn't bad defense from Wesley Harris either. Had a hand in his face.
1 second to go. A launch from just outside half court by a Tennessee State player, and that ends the first 20 minutes of play and entertaining with Littlejohn, Freeman, Harris, Johnson, and Egbuda. MSU with the ball. Cooper now end to our right, works the offensive end for Morehead State. Right wing, Claude. Up top, Baker. Baker holding, looking. Right side coming out for it, Walker. Walker to the right block, and Claude. He'll back his man down. Turn left, put up the shot, stuffed in his face by Egbuda. Jump ball, TSU with the possession line.
It was really good defense by Egbuda. Now, Preston Spradlin's, he's lobbying pretty hard for a foul there because there was a little bit of contact, but honestly, I thought Egbuda's hands were on top of the basketball. When you see it right there, he was on top of the ball, and I think that's a pretty good call by Barry Mathis.
Well, Tennessee State had 11 blocks in its first win over the season against Morehead State. So blocking a Morehead State shot is nothing new to a Tiger player. Freeman, jump pass right side, Egbuda, angle drive to the lane. From right to left he comes, short shot, missed it, whistle foul against Morehead State. And
you got
this
Baker
belongs to
coming
James
over.
Baker with his first.
Yeah, Baker came over in a help side. You can see it here on the replay. He came from the other side of the lane, and actually just the ball kind of came to him. And he was in a tough spot. He kind of was quartering behind the shooter, and it's tough to do anything with him in that position.
Egbuda was 6 points off from the field, now shooting his first free throw. Actually, Tennessee State's first free throw of the day, and he misses it. Front iron. He is 45% on the year from the line.
Excuse me, Chuck. State doesn't do a whole lot of things that will force teams to foul them and send them to the free throw line. Egbuda is probably the most active inside where he could draw those fouls.
Well, he'll make the second free throw. He now has 7. Tigers by 3. Morehead State left to right. Cooper across the timeline. Inside the line on Freeman. Trying to back in, trying to go left with it. Freeman fronts him. He'll turn right, back out to Claude, head of the key. Outside the right hash, Walker, 12 to shoot. Wide left, Cooper. Far side, Henson toward the corner with 8 to shoot. He'll dance to his right, pick up the dribble. 5 to shoot, 4 to shoot. Baker has it, 2 to shoot. Walker, 1 to shoot, high right, launching a 3. Wouldn't go, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. It was a shot clock violation. And Morehead State with its 7th turnover.
Kind of a disjointed possession that time. Morehead never seemed to get to where they wanted to go to start even a pattern. And credit Tennessee State with good disruptive defense to keep them from really getting anything done that trip.
Freeman down the left arc on Henson. Bounce baseline left, outside the block. Johnson turns right, turns left, spins around, an air ball one-hander, clears the rim and goes to Jordan Walker of Morehead State. Up the left sideline comes Jaywalk. Left of the lane, lost the handle, turns it over. Johnson with it for TSU toward the left side. Walker slaps at the ball and fouls him from behind. Bad foul. Jordan just frustrated.
Yeah.
And now he has 3, and Malik Riddle coming in for Walker.
Yeah, Walk just frustrated. He had the turnover on the other end, and he was trying to make something happen and make do, but just a frustration. Senior day, and he knows he hasn't scored. He's trying to get something going, and just needs to let the game come to him.
26 to shoot, left sideline inbound, offensive end, Tennessee State. Harris right at the hash, a few feet away to Freeman. He'll come to his right and head toward the far hash on Cooper. Head of the key, Buddha. Freeman drives the right wing, comes to the baseline. All the way around to the near baseline. Kick out left side, Little John for 3, in and out, no. Baker has the rebound, knocked to the floor. Johnson had it, lost it, picks it up off the hardwood, near side, whips it off to Freeman. Back to the corner, Johnson. Back along the wing, Freeman. Straight away, Littlejohn, 12 to shoot, to the right baseline, puts it up, partially blocked, I think, by Baker. Claude has it to Henson, and Morehead State comes down the floor, down by 3.
Malik Riddle, I think, got the block. He let the man get by him and blocked it from the backside.
Right wing drive and curling back out, Talon Cooper toward the near hash. He's at the logo near the line, 12 to shoot. Coop on the drive to the right block, fakes, looks, kick out straight away. Malik Riddle for 3, front of the rim, no. Rebound kicks inside the lane, Littlejohn, or rather Freeman for Tennessee State. Freeman, high right, picks up the dribble to Harris down the wing. Back across near side, Littlejohn launching a 3 ball and canning it. Michael Littlejohn into double figures with 10 points. 43-37, Tennessee State. Talon Cooper left to right across the timeline. Runs toward the left hash. Man-to-man, TSU. He'll turn it right, come to the free throw line. Bounce inside the lane, Baker. Back out straight away, Cooper for 3. Off the rim, off the glass, no. Buddha, rebound. Clears it all the way down to the offensive end. Left of the lane, Freeman. He'll dribble the baseline. Kicks it back inside the lane. For the layup, it's Buddha.
That's really good work by Buddha. He got the rebound, triggered the long pass, and he beat a lot of other people down the floor to get that nice little slip feed.
And a timeout called, Morehead State. Buddha with 9, and we have a break in the action with 16:54 to go in the ball game. It's Tennessee State 45, Morehead State 37. This is the Eagle Sports Network. Outscored 6-0 in the second half, trailing Tennessee State now by 8. That would be the Tigers' biggest lead this afternoon. It's 45-37, 16:54, though a lot of time left to go in the contest. Baker, Cooper, Henson, now L.J. Bryan and Malik Riddle for Morehead State. Freeman, Littlejohn, Buddha, Harris, and Johnson for TSU. Morehead State does have the ball and a chance to cut into that deficit. Inbounding Baker against some backcourt pressure. Harris came up on Cooper now, peels off as Cooper turns and comes left to right the other way. Met at the midcourt line by Freeman. Cooper heads wide left. Turns it right off the Bryan screen, comes free throw line, high right Baker. He'll penetrate, kick it out to Cooper toward the left, near the corner. Riddle for 3, yes!
Had a hand in his face. I think it was Littlejohn that was flying by him, but Malik was still able to get it to go down, and that's Morehead's first bucket in about 3.5 minutes of play here in the second half.
MSU shooting 48% to 58% for TSU. Littlejohn driving around Riddle at the right wing. Fades and fires from 18. Air ball. Baker takes it down for Morehead State to Henson. Henson right of the emblem to the offensive end. Morehead down 45-40. Riddle at the far sideline. A pass to his right now goes down baseline left. There's Baker, scores the layup, and he's fouled. Count it. He was going for the dunk, but some contact forced him to take the layup with the two hands. Give it to Egbuka, his third. First of the half on the Tigers. James Baker now with 19 points.
It was a good job by Malik Riddle, too. He was kind of long range on the left side, but he saw Baker down there just kind of in that little slot on the left side, maybe the extended block, and found him wide open, and James went strong to the hole.
Baker now looking for point number 20. 3 of 4 at the line for the day, and he misses. Rebound left of the lane, tapped out, free throw line, Bryan to Baker. Morehead State gets another chance, down by 3, 45-42. Cooper at the right wing. Drives the angle, left of the lane to the block, to goal with left hand scoop, it's in!
Tennessee State did not get anybody to come help. And Cooper just used that congestion on the defensive side down low to his advantage, where he got himself wide open.
And suddenly, just like that, the Eagles back within one, 45-44. Freeman right sideline. Littlejohn coming back up to the hash for it. Right corner. Johnson and the catch, and he traveled. And that is turnover number 6 for TSU, and we have an official media timeout now. And we'll step aside with 15:30 remaining in this ball game at Johnson Arena. It's Tennessee State 45, Morehead State 44. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Vary single item at regular price. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
Available at your locally owned Healy Family McDonald's in Morehead and Owensville.
45-44. Morehead State trails with home to Tennessee State with 15:30 left to play in this ball game. While we have a moment, let's step out for 10 seconds and station identification here on the Eagle Sports Network.
You're in tune to Ivy 96.3 FM, WIVY Morehead, the flagship station of Morehead State University Athletics.
Morehead State down by 8 moments ago, reeling off 7 straight points, now down by 1 and has the ball and a chance to go back in front. Cooper across the timeline at the logo. Right elbow, Bryan. Bryan holds. Kick out high left, Henson. 18 to shoot. Jaiman on the drive. Drops the ball off his leg. Now goes bounce right corner, Cooper. Cooper baseliner. Kicks it out to the far side. Baker can't save it in. And Morehead State throwing the ball all over the gym in that possession. Turns it over for the 9th time here in this contest.
Yeah, Cooper drove baseline on the right side. He got up in the air and got trapped. He didn't have anywhere to go with it. He tried the desperation pass out to, I guess it was Baker, and he just couldn't handle it.
Littlejohn, check that Freeman across the timeline. To Littlejohn coming up the near sideline. Back out it goes to Harris. Harris near the right hash on Baker. Bounce right block extended Marshall. Marshall in on Henson. Kicks it back out far side to Harris. 10 to shoot. He'll put it to the deck. Pull up, jump, and shoot from 18 and connect.
Wesley Harris shoots a little bit of a line drive, but it's effective, and it's pretty dry. It's a pretty shot.
13 points for him, 47-44 Tennessee State. They're on a man-to-man. Bryant, high right. Baker comes out for it. Baker between the circles. Popping wide right. Henson on the angle drive by Marshall. The hole feeds up a shot. Missed it. Whistle and a foul on TSU. And that belongs to Carlos Marshall, his second. And the second on the Tigers.
See Jaimin Henson he beat Marshall on the dribble and on the right side. And Marshall had a little bit of help coming, but I don't know if he was aware of it. And easy foul call.
Henson line right with 2, his team trailing by 3. Jaimin thus far 8 points, 2 of 4. At the free throw line, as we talked about, 72% for the year, and he connects on the first one. Jaimin averaging almost 11 points a game. Had a good senior year. That's a career high when we talk about points per game in a season with a senior from Indianapolis. Here's his second freebie, up and good. And Jordan Walker in for Morehead State. And taking a break will be Jaimin Henson. Morehead State down by 1. Henson with 9 points. It's 47-46. Tennessee State with the basketball on the lead, 14:24 to go. Some backcourt pressure by Cooper as Johnson inbounds to Freeman. Freeman jogs it up, left-hand dribble to the near hash. Back to his right, works out front, right sideline. Off it goes to Marshall. To the right hash at Littlejohn, back to Marshall. He'll drive baseline right, lost the ball, out of bounds he goes. Turnover TSU, number 7.
It's pretty good defense, but Jordan Walker that time, he just didn't try to do anything special, just played good position defense, kept moving his feet, and his man ran out of real estate.
Inbounding Baker to go 94 feet, left to right. No backcourt pressure by the Tigers. Now they walk up Harris into the MSU backcourt. Now he'll retreat. Cooper coming across the line, met by Freeman as he does so. Man-to-man, Tennessee State. Cooper feeds it to Baker, high left. Baker up top. Bryant. Left to right, Walker at the right elbow. High left, around for a 3. Riddle, side of the rim, no. Left block rebound, Harris. Wesley Harris gives it off to Freeman. Left of the logo to the front court he comes. Down the near wing on Cooper. TSU still by 1. 13:30 left to play. Freeman dancing at the left wing. Jump feed out front. Johnson dribbling out of trouble. Behind him, high right to Harris. He'll fade and fire a 3. Side of the rim, no. Riddle clears off the rebound for Morehead State. Gives it to Cooper.
Tennessee State looked a little disjointed that trip.
Cooper, left wing. High right Baker. He'll put it to the deck to the right block. Puts it up with one hand. Air ball. L.J. Bryant had it, lost it. Out of bounds it goes to Tennessee State as Tyjon Claude comes in for Morehead, replacing L.J. Bryant. Jaimin Henson in for Malik Riddle. Egbuda back in for Tennessee State along with John Brown.
So the line changes.
John Brown will come down the floor. Baseline to our right to inbound with 13:10 to play. Cooper putting on some backcourt defense on Mark Freeman, who is now taking the pass on the inbound right near the baseline. Backpedaling Cooper as coming toward the timeline, right to left. Freeman moving high right, now baseline right to the baseline, looking for the pass toward the left corner and Harris. High left, Harris crossed over and then took an extra step and traveled. 8th Tennessee State turnover.
I think Harris had the right idea. He was going to try a jab step right and then kind of go against the grain back again to the left. But like you said, he got his feet a little ahead of his mind that time.
Baker backside to Cooper. TSU waits inside the half-court line to defend. Cooper down central between the circles. Right wing Claude. 20 on the shot clock, out to Baker. To the right and Walker. 16 to shoot. Walk penetrates a couple of steps. Down the near wing Henson. 12 to shoot. Down low to Claude and picked off on the pass by Egbuda. On the steal, Morehead State's 10th turnover. Here comes Freeman the other way. He'll take it to the hole and score it on the reverse layup.
Henson had the right idea. He had Tyjon Claude posted under there on the block. Just not a good executor on the pass.
3-point TSU lead. Henson high left, looks for help, crosses it. High right to Walker. Walker crossover dribble to the top of the key to his left. Bounce left to the lane, Claude. He'll take it to the lane. Turn hook from 3, scores it.
That was the way you do it. Morehead State changed their pattern a little bit. Tried the entry pass from the top Tajon Claude did a good job of sealing his man, posting up well. When he gets the ball that deep in the lane, he's very effective.
Claude with 4, Morehead State down by 1.
Ooh.
Right angle drive by Marshall, banged into a Morehead player. Out to the hash and Freeman, to Brown, to the left, and Harris. Driving on Baker to the hole. Tomahawks it with a left hand. He's got 15 points.
I think Tennessee State's getting a timeout.
And I think they're going to make this a full timeout since we're inside the media timeout area. And we'll step aside with 11:37 left to go. Here in this ball game at Johnson Arena, Tennessee State leads Morehead State 51-48. I'm Chuck Morales with Dean Harden here on the Eagle Sports Network. Morehead State trailing here to Tennessee State at home this afternoon. 11:37 to play. It's 51-48, and an upset possibly in the making in the OVC. Late in the ball game, about a minute and a half to go. SIU Edwardsville leads at Murray State 56-52.
Yeah. Talk while we have a minute. On March 17th at 7 o'clock at the Morehead Conference Center, the Cave Run Symphony Orchestra Society is hosting basically a personality portrayal of Adolph Rupp. So basketball fans can go. It's free of charge. 7 o'clock, March 17th.
Tennessee State still shooting at, 56% to Morehead's 51%. The Eagles in the offensive end. Walker out to the logo, and Baker from the left hash. Right to left for it, coming out front, Cooper. 3-point TSU lead. Baker calls for it between the circles, goes right wing Walker. Out to Cooper. He'll penetrate, 7 to shoot, to the right block, to the baseline, to the goal, off the glass, off the rim, no, tipped up by Cooper. That doesn't go in. Left block rebound, Harris in Tennessee State. Good idea, just didn't finish it.
Yeah, I had 2 good shots at it.
Littlejohn, left to right from the near hash. Works up top on Walker. Driving the right sideline, baseline right. Harris turns, hooks, air ball. Marshall, though, clears it off. High right to Littlejohn with 10 to shoot. Littlejohn on Walker. From 24, the 3 is an air ball, slapped up and a miss on the follow. Cooper took some contact as he tried to grab the ball. Looked like he got hacked in the face. The ball went out of bounds to Morehead State.
Penny Collins was lobbying like crazy to get that basketball back, and you see as it went out of bounds, I believe Egbudu gave it the impetus to go out.
That second shot was taken by Harris. After the inbound, Morehead State facing 2-2-1 full court zone pressure. Walker on Brown, comes across the timeline down the middle. TSU man-to-man at this point. Walker was 17 to shoot. Works out front on the right-hand dribble. Toward the right corner. Catch and shoot 3 for Malik Riddle. Splash!
The big bucket from Malik Riddle, big bucket from Morehead State. Get right back in the middle of
We're
this.
tied at 51. Riddle with 8 points. 10-10 to play. At the right hash, Littlejohn works the dribble on the Morehead State man-to-man. He draws Walker, curls left off the screen. Back to the right, and Harris. Harris on Walker. Comes free throw line, backs out, fades and fires a line drive 3, spins off the rim, no. Right block rebound, Henson, Morehead State to Cooper. Cooper, left to right across the timeline, comes down the middle. On John Brown. Got a screen. Comes right, goes out to Claude, to the left hash, and Walker. Up top, catch and shoot three, Jaiman Henson, in and out, Harris, the rebound for TSU. Check that, Egbuda. Egbuda to Brown, to Littlejohn. Right of the lane, Harris. To the lane, to his left, the 5-foot hook, he scores it.
It's a really good power move that time. He caught the ball in the right block, did a power dribble into the lane, and just went right up over Malik Riddle.
His 17th point gives TSU the lead at 53-51. Henson to bounce and back out wide left to Cooper. Fakes, behind the back dribble, nearly lost his balance. Behind him to Walker. Walker on Littlejohn. Floats a pass down low to Claude. Claude trying to stay and bounce with it. Can't do it as he's forced out by Egbuda. And Morehead State with its 11th turnover as Freeman and Johnson check in for Tennessee State. Morehead State makes a lineup change. Looks like they've now got Riddle, Baker, Henson, Walker, and Cooper on the floor. Now Henson's going out, yeah. So
can't play with 6.
Yep. So it's Claude, Baker, Riddle, Walker, and Cooper.
2-2-1 full court press. Looks like they may do even maybe a little trap out of it.
Freeman after the inbound toward the left sideline, backcourt on Cooper. Jump feed, left wing offensive end Marshall. Cutting the angle on Claude. Puts up the baseline 5-footer. Missed it. Follow up by Harris. That doesn't go. Baker the rebound, Morehead State. Off it goes to Cooper. Cooper looking down the floor for an opening. Couldn't find it. He'll dribble it across the timeline toward the right hash and back to his left between the circles. TSU by 2. 8:38 to go. Cooper up top, left of the lane, spins it out to Baker, high left, near side Riddle. He'll put it to the deck. Here he comes to the hole with a scoop and a miss, and a reach-in foul on TSU as he went to the hole. And this one belongs to
Shaquem Johnson.
Shaquem Johnson, that's his 4th.
Riddle just beat him on the right side. Johnson came out and got in a stance to try to close down on him, and Riddle just kind of beat him to the punch and had a nice quick jab step to the right and went baseline on him, and Johnson couldn't do much else but just put an arm bar and slow him down.
Brown and Littlejohn in. Morehead State a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Walker baseline right with the inbound. His team down by 2 and 8:31 to play. And the officials telling Penny Collins to get back inside that coach's box.
And I think he was telling the assistant he's got to sit down.
Bounce right block, Claude on the inbound from Walker. Takes it left to the lane, turns 5-foot fade, hits it.
It's pretty good defense by Egbuda. He pretty much did all he could do, and Claude's still able to get it down.
And we're tied at 53. Claude with 6 now from the right side. Marshall misses the long 3. Rebound off the hardwood, left to the lane, Cooper. Cooper across the timeline. Works it down central to the offensive end between the circles. 53 all. High right, Walker. Walker plays it down on Littlejohn. Bounce out front to Baker. Inside the left hash to Cooper. 11 to shoot to Baker. Coming baseline left. Spins to his right. 10-footer, yeah!
James Baker got cut off. He wanted to just drive baseline on a backdoor cut. They did a good job of blocking him off, but he just did a nice little spin move, put it right back in.
Morehead by 2, 55-53. Baker with 21 points. 7:39 to go. 19 to shoot. TSU offensive end right sideline. Brown on Baker. Morehead man-to-man. Outside the right block to Egbuda. On Claude, a bump, and I think they got Tyjon for a little bit too much of a hip check. And that is the call. First on Tyjon. Morehead State with its 3rd foul in the second half. It takes us to immediate timeout. 7:31 remains here at Johnson Arena. I'm Chuck Moroz with Dean Harden. Your score, Morehead State 55, Tennessee State 53. This is the Eagle Sports Network. 53, Morehead State leads over Tennessee State with 7:31 left to go. The Eagles are shooting over 51% to TSU's 50% rebounding, 24-22 Tigers. Turnovers, 11-9 Morehead State. Baker with a game-high 21 points for Morehead.
In a game we were paying attention to, Murray State, it is a final in Edwardsville. Murray State squeaks by SIUE 59-58.
Harris and TSU baseline right, front court inbound. 20 on the shot clock. 7:31 to go in the game. High right, loops it out to Egbuda. Cross court, Brown. Brown dancing at the left arc. Bounce toward the left block, kicked by Cooper. Egbuda caught the pass, but they'll reset to 20 on the shot clock and give the Tigers a left baseline inbound. And this will be Mark Freeman to put it in play. Freeman holding, left corner, Harris. Back out to Brown, around the right to the hash of Littlejohn, outside the right block. Egbuda, they double him, back out to go, high right to Littlejohn. Returns it to Egbuda, spins to the right baseline, scores it on the stuff, and he's fouled. I think they'll count the basket too.
Yeah, they counted it. And Egbuda, that was a heck of a move. He caught the ball and he had Tyjon Claude on his right hip, and you can just see he did a reverse pivot down to the baseline and very quick movement. And Tyjon Claude just got caught napping there.
Tyjon's second foul, Morehead State's fourth. Egbuda at the line. He's 1 of 2 there. He's got 11 points, and he misses the free throw, and not even in a good way. That thing had a funny spin on it off the heel of the iron. It went Morehead State to rebound. Walker across the line to Cooper. Game tied at 55, though. Cooper high left. Crossover off the screen. He'll jump and shoot from 15 off the iron, off the glass. No. Rebound saved in by Claude, and I guess he couldn't quite save it in. Good effort by Tyjon, but Tennessee State gets the ball to go 94 feet right to left as Claude will get a break. L.J. Bryan will head back on the floor.
Tyjon just seems to be just half a bubble off. He's just not quite able to. It's not because of lack of effort. It just seems like everything's just a little bit off for him today, and he can't quite get done what he wants to.
Freeman across the timeline on Cooper. Works out front, angles to the right hash. Feeds it back out to Egbuda, high left to Harris. Out it goes to Freeman. Freeman, right of the lane, into traffic, into the lane he goes. Dump pass, baseline left. Brown, wraparound layup. Off the glass, spins out of the cylinder, no good. Morehead State the rebound. Cooper nearly knocked down in the backcourt by John Brown. Crowd wanted the foul. No whistle, though, as coming across the line, Talon Cooper. Game tied at 55. 6:17 to go. Man-to-man, TSU. Right elbow, Bryant. Straight away, Baker. Around the left, Cooper. Baseline left. Bryant fouled as he goes up by Egbuda. And Emmanuel Egbuda with his fourth. He and Johnson both with 4 for TSU. Tigers now with 4 as a team in the second half. L.J. Bryan line right with a chance to give Morehead State the lead with 6:10 to play. 1 field goal in the ball game for L.J. and 2 points, 68% free throw shooter.
You can see that they were stacked on the right side, and L.J. Bryan just had a little curl, and Jordan Walker was able to just get enough of a rub screen to get him open for that entry pass.
Bryan with the first free throw, it's in, and MSU leads 56-55. Jyman Henson back in for Morehead State. Leaving for the Eagles is Malik Riddle. Bryan with another free throw. Bryan, you add to the Morehead margin. Squats down, right hand push, back of the rim. We had a lane violation, I think.
Lane violation on John Brown. He was in the third lane spot up here closest to L.J. Bryan on the near side, and just lost his balance. He had to put his hand down in the lane to keep himself from falling over, and that is a lane violation.
So L.J. gets a second chance, 3 to make 2, essentially like the NBA.
I remember those days.
And the free throw up off the back of the rim, top of the glass, and down it goes. TSU with the basketball. It's Freeman across to Brown at the left sideline. Back to Freeman. Freeman on Walker, right at the logo, across the timeline, down the right wing. Harris, far sideline to Freeman. He'll come left. Morehead State 2-3 zone as Freeman works up top. Around the left, wide open Littlejohn. He'll jack the 3, back of the rim, no floor. Rebound, kicks out free throw line to Henson. Henson leads the breakout, far left. He'll jump into a 19-footer, swish!
Morehead State didn't really have numbers, and it was almost one of those, no. Well, good shot. It went in.
He's got 12. Morehead State by 3. 58-55. TSU offensive end, 5:27 to go. Littlejohn curls right, top of the key. Pass tipped by Walker, nearly stolen as he tried to track it down at the far sideline near the timeline. Went out of bounds, and TSU will inbound it just inside the midcourt stripe.
Now Tennessee State goes big. They bring Johnson in. Buddha stays in the ball game, so they got their two big guys on the floor at the same time.
Brown left as Freeman controls at the right hash with the dribble. Curls off the Johnson screen, penetrates free throw line, left side Harris. Harris against the 2-3 Morehead zone. Between the circles, 3 to shoot. 3 ball put up, blocked by Walker. That was shot by Freeman. Off the hardwood it comes to Cooper and Morehead State. 5 minutes to play, Morehead State by 3 points. Cooper inside the timeline, working down the right arc. Feeds it out to Baker. Baker holding high. Far wing Henson. Jaiman, he'll try another 3. Bottom of the iron, no. Floor rebound left of the lane. Freeman has it. Right sideline to Harris. He'll angle in, runs into Walker, lost the ball. Walker saves it into Cooper. Great job by Jordan Walker defensively.
It was. And Penny Collins is wanting a foul on Walker because he left his feet, but he went straight up and he had position established. I think a good hold on the whistle.
Cooper high right, lost the dribble. Got it back, goes out to Bryan inside the left hash to Henson. Henson coming around. Right to left. Walker behind the back dribble. Lost the handle. Knocked away. Loose on the hardwood. Big bang on the floor as Cooper hammers into Littlejohn. Talon still down now, getting up slowly. Freeman has it for TSU. Along the left wing, Littlejohn to Harris along that side for a 3. Baseline left rebound. Morehead State's James Baker.
And Preston Spradlin put both hands up, palms out, said, hey, let's slow down. And now they're going to stop the game and take a look at Talon Cooper.
Well, Littlejohn is also limping. He's hurt.
Yeah, they both hit, and Talon Cooper got hit and looked like right in the face, right in the mouth. We'll see here on the replay as he and Littlejohn came together. And I think Cooper, they're going to look at his mouth. He came up holding it.
Littlejohn limping. Looks like he may stay in.
See the replay again, and you can see that just nothing dirty there. Both of them going for a loose ball and
playing hard.
2 players and a ball end up in the same piece of real estate, and sometimes that doesn't come out real well.
Malik Riddle has come in for Morehead State to replace Talon Cooper, who gets some repairs down at the end of the bench, courtesy of trainer Jordan Kelly. Walker works the dribble at the left hash as he'll play the point. He'll turn right off the Claude pick. 14 to shoot, left side. Henson, he'll angle in. Here comes Jaiman to the hole. Wraparound layup, score it.
Nice move by Jaiman Henson. He just did a little stop and go, a little hesitation move, and it got the defender's center of gravity, his balance up just enough to where he could just blow on by him.
60-55. Morehead State by 5. 3:32 left to go. Freeman, high left, picks up the dribble. Skips it out to the right hash and Harris. Harris on Baker. Flips it outside the right block to Egbuda. Egbuda trying to turn it in on Tyjon Claude. Looked like he used the forearm, and they're going to call, I think, Claude for a 3rd foul, though.
Yeah, they got it into Johnson. He was going to go to work on Claude. And Claude, they got him for either arm bar or just putting his knee up in the backside of him.
3rd foul on Tyjon Claude. Morehead State's 5th. Takes us to immediate timeout. 3:22 left to go here at Johnson Arena. Morehead State leads Tennessee State 60-55 on the Eagle Sports Network. State leads Tennessee State 60-55 with 3:22 left to go. The Eagles shooting 51% to TSU's 47%, rebounding even at 27. Riddle, Claude, Walker, Cooper, and Baker on the floor for Morehead State. And TSU has Johnson, Harris, Marshall, Littlejohn, and Freeman, who inbounds baseline right with 20 on the shot clock after the third Tyjon Claude foul. Freeman looking, and has the ball on the inbound, batted right back over his head by Jordan Walker. Out of bounds again. Took 2 off the shot clock, or will they reset that? They have to, I think, reset that.
I don't know how.
Resetting the game clock to 3:20 and now putting 20 back on the shot clock.
Tennessee State hasn't scored now in 3 minutes and 53 seconds of game action. Morehead State, we talked about it in the break. Morehead State's turned up the wick defensively here in this half.
Freeman on another inbound, baseline right. Walker almost got that one. Now
did.
he'll roll it inside the lane to Harris. Almost lost it, got it back, 3-footer. Back of the rim, front of the rim, miss. Rebound, James Baker over his back. As he lost the rebound was Harris for a foul. Wesley Harris with his first. 5 fouls on Tennessee State.
Pardon me, Chuck. That was a pretty good effort by James Baker. He stayed with it. He went up to contest the original shot, and then when the rebound came off, he did a pretty good job boxing off, then going after the basketball.
Cooper checked all the way up the hardwood, left of the logo to the offensive end by Freeman. They bumped, no call. He'll turn off the Claude pick, high right to Baker. 18 to shoot, 3:02 to play. Baker still holding it, looking. Can't find Cooper now, over for Riddle. Riddle at the near hash, driving the angle. 2-3 zone, TSU, 8 to shoot. Riddle to Baker, around for a 3, back of the rim, Left baseline rebound, Johnson for TSU to Freeman.
Not a great possession for Morehead State that time. Didn't get much done.
Freeman inside the right hash, coming left to the near wing and Harris. Harris on Baker, puts it to the deck on Baker, comes to the baseline. Kick out near side, Freeman. No shot there on Cooper, works it up top to Marshall. Toward the right hash, ball tipped by Walker, but collecting it Littlejohn toward the timeline. He'll dribble it, now go toward the right block outside it to Johnson. Johnson double team trap and a whistle, and it stops playing. A foul on Jordan Walker is 4.
Jordan came down from up high. He came down to double and try to help Tyjon Claude out a little bit. See it on the replay there, and just got a little bit too much of Johnson's hands.
6th Morehead foul. Shot clock with 20 reset to it and 2:16 to play in the game, and Mark Freeman baseline right will put the ball in again for TSU. Looking against the man-to-man. Toward the right corner, Marshall down the baseline to the lane, turns, 10-foot one-hander, partially blocked. Baker had it. Now Walker. Looked for the long clear and then instead gives it up to Cooper.
Yeah, good decision, too. Morehead State didn't need that. They need to work some clock. They're up 5.
Cooper toward the left hash with Freeman all over him, turning it right to the emblem. Talon Cooper with his back to his defender. Freeman now driving right of the lane to the block to the baseline, feeds it up, partially blocked by Johnson, slammed down by Claude on the foul. Tyjon with 8, Morehead State by 7. 1:38 to go. And now a whistle, and we've got a stoppage in play, and we've got a foul away from the ball as an illegal screen set by Shaquem Johnson, his 5th, and he's done. And Egbuda will come in for him.
Shaquem Johnson's been playing a long time with 4 fouls, and it finally caught up with him. How about, we saw on the replay, how about that? Tyjon Claude gets the offensive rebound and slams it back over his head with a reverse jam.
Pretty impressive. No, real impressive. Let's go ahead and just say it the way it is.
I was going to say, you undersold that one a little bit.
Morehead State by 7. That really got the crowd going. Morehead State trying to end a 4-game losing streak. Inbound far hash backcourt. MSU has it. Jordan Walker will put the ball in with Harris right in front of him. 1:36 to go. Again, the Eagles have a 7-point lead. Bounce back to Henson. Henson on Freeman, gives it up to Walker. Walker trying to get around Freeman, now splits 2 defenders. Comes top of the key left side. Henson along that far wing to Walker, who came over.
Good decision by Henson to not let that 3 ball fly, not this late.
Walker out front on Freeman, high left, picks it up, rolls it in, to the lane. Got it to Claude. He'll force his way in there, fight up a shot, miss it, and they're going to call him for using his elbow to push off, and he picks up his 4th foul on an offensive foul there. And it was a good call.
Yeah, that call is not going to be popular with the home crowd. But you'll see here on the replay, he just put his shoulder right into the sternum of Egbata, and yeah, he moved him out. He displaced him. That's a good call.
Malik Riddle in for Jordan Walker with 1:12 to go. Again, MSU by 7. The Eagles put on some backcourt pressure as Cooper will pick up Freeman to try to slow him down. Now Riddle coming inside the timeline. Ball rolled in, picked up by Freeman. Freeman across the timeline right to left. Out front he works on Talon Cooper. Morehead State man-to-man. High left, Littlejohn fakes, looks, he'll pump up a 25-footer, it'll rattle and go.
Holy cow, that was a launch.
And he's got 13 points and the lead down to 4 for Morehead State with 59.2 seconds to go. It almost looked like a prayer, but I think he knew what he was doing when he put it up.
We'll see the replay. He launched it. Well, I thought first he launched it from his hip, but he did get it up in a shooting position. But like you said, I think it was more of a prayer than anything else, and that one was answered. Now, Morehead State, and that snapped a Tennessee State scoring drought of about 6 minutes and 15 seconds of clock.
Well, Littlejohn is a very good three-point shooter.
Yeah.
5th in the OVC at 41% from outside the arc, so him hitting a 3-ball is not unusual. He's got 3 of them today and a total of 13 points. As a matter of fact, from outside the arc, he's 3 of 6, and that's excellent long-range shooting.
Well, the big key now for Morehead State, number 1, get the basketball inbounds. Number 2, once you do, take care of it, don't turn it away. And then number 3, you're going to have to start making some free throws.
Morehead State trailed 39-37 at halftime, leads by 4 with 59.2 seconds to go. The Eagles have Baker, Henson, Cooper, Walker, and Claude on the hardwood. Full court, TSU pressure, Jyman Henson the inbounder for Morehead. Gets the ball from the official, running to his right down the baseline. Gets it into Cooper on the short feed as he came back. Now they double Talon Cooper. He lost it. Now throws it off a TSU player, Harris, and back out of bounds it goes to Morehead State. With 53.7 seconds to go, 25 of the shot clock.
Morehead State's going to have to do a little bit better, a whole lot better job of taking care of the basketball. Now Preston Spradlin's going to get a timeout and set some press offense up.
Yeah, they've had problems at times with the press.
Remember the Eastern Illinois game here?
Yeah. And, had a big lead late and almost gave it up because of the inability to handle the press. And Tennessee State doing a good job using the trap to nearly get a turnover.
Yeah, they jumped it. Didn't look like they were going to try to jump it, and then Harris came up and jumped double team, and that left, I think it was Cooper with the basketball, left him in a world of hurt back there. Morehead State baseball in Norfolk, taking on Norfolk State in the back end of that doubleheader. They lead it in the top of the 8th by a score of 9-6. Morehead State will open their home schedule Friday night against the one alma mater of one Chuck Mirage, Southern Illinois.
Yes.
For a 3-game series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And I'll be able to attend that ball game, I do believe. We should be back from Clarksville because we play Thursday night against Austin Peay in basketball there.
You hope you'll be back from Clarksville.
I hope so, barring some unforeseen disaster. Be no other reason to stay, quite honestly.
I like Clarksville.
I like Clarksville too.
Clarksville's nice.
But there, if I have a chance to be home or be in Clarksville, I want to be home.
Well, sure.
So. Yeah,
I would say grading the Ohio Valley Conference cities, leaving out Nashville because it's not fair. I don't know. Clarksville may be.
One thing, it's hard to grade because we never stay over in Richmond.
True.
And we know Richmond only from driving there and driving back after the game because it's only an hour and 15 minutes away.
We know Richmond from way other things than that.
For other reasons.
And we won't go there.
That's right.
Yeah. No, I like Clarksville.
What little reputation you have, we'll try to save right here on the air.
That's all gone. So here we are, Morehead State, same position they were in just a little bit ago before the timeout.
Man-to-man pressure.
You have to inbounds the basketball, and you got to take care of it.
Yep. Jyman Henson, the inbounder for Morehead State. TSU, as I just mentioned, man-to-man on the press, not guarding the inbounder, Henson.
Now, all 10 players are in the Morehead State backcourt. Look for somebody to go fly long, maybe see if we can get a long pass, an easy jam.
They're sending Claude long, and now the inbound to Talon Cooper. Cooper brings it up, and he's knocked down, and a blocking foul called against TSU as Cooper and his defender, Freeman, hit the deck, and Freeman.
Penny Collins is livid, and we'll see here on the replay. And I think Cooper got away with a push-off.
Freeman's first foul, and the 7th on Tennessee State, so Morehead State in the bonus. And Talon Cooper heading to the free throw line to our right with 51 seconds to go. His team leads by 4. And he'll have a 1+1. And Cooper on the day, 8 points, no free throws taken yet, 76% at the line for the season. Jordan Walker steps off the floor in favor of Malik Riddle for MSU.
Well, these free throws are rather large.
Cooper's done a good job in the absence of Juice Thomas at the point.
He's played 37 minutes tonight.
Free throw on the way, it's in. He can go into double figures if he knocks down the second one. Talon is going to have, I believe, a very good career at Morehead State before it's all said and done with.
Boy, if the start to his career is any indication, I would agree with you.
Second free throw right down the tube. It goes. Freshman with ice water in his veins. 64-58 Morehead State. TSU with the ball and 49 seconds to go. Freeman, high right on Baker, driving the wing to the baseline. Looks for help, left corner, Littlejohn. He'll come down the baseline. Jump feed, free throw line, Brown. High right, Harris with a long three, and he cans it.
He drilled that from the bypass.
64-61, Morehead State by 3, 37.9 seconds to go, not over yet. Inbound against full court pressure, Henson. Into Malik Riddle. Riddle across to Cooper at the left sideline, backcourt. Cooper gets to the offensive end, comes to the offensive end to the baseline. Bounce right block, Riddle. Riddle turns it back out to Baker at the logo. To the right wing and Cooper. 17 to shoot, 24 to go in the game. Cooper at the right hash working on Freeman, who finally wraps his arms around him and fouls him. His second. That was almost like a tackle.
Yeah,
Mark Freeman tried everything he could do, and Talon Cooper ducked, and then Freeman grabbed him, and no intentional foul call.
No.
And this will be, after the 18th foul on TSU, another 1-and-1 for Talon Cooper, line right. Cooper in the ball game, 10 points, 2 of 2 at the stripe.
But, you know, Freeman was kind of looking at Connor Mooney, the official, like, how did you call that? Well, the headlocks are pretty much fouls.
Except in professional wrestling. Free throw up and in for Talon Cooper.
And that stuff's real, too.
Tell you what, I bet it feels real. It felt real just now to Talon Cooper.
Yeah.
It was rubbed his neck, I think, a bit. TSU sending Carlos Marshall, wants to send Carlos Marshall and can't quite do it. Well, he came back to Penny Collins to talk to him, and he may come in after Cooper's second free throw, depending on the result.
Yeah, I think Penny had a second thought.
Cooper, the next free throw, left it short off the rim. Harris flies for the rebound for TSU.
Not over
right
yet.
sideline, Freeman. Right corner, Littlejohn. Fakes his man in the air, steps left, fires a three, missed it. Egbuda cleans it up and scores it on the follow.
Penny Collins gets his timeout. Now with 11 seconds to go, Morehead State's got to do it again. Inbounds the basketball, take care of it, and probably hit a free throw.
This is a 2-point ball game. Morehead State only 11 seconds, actually 11.1 seconds to play in the game. So it is not over yet. Not over yet.
Not quite.
No.
Well, no big mystery. Yeah, you know what you got to do.
Tennessee State will try to steal the inbound or get a quick steal of some kind, or foul if they can't do that, and send Morehead State to the free throw line.
Yep. I mean, that's about all you're going to do. And, you know, Morehead State inbounding, they will be able to run the inline. So they're not held on their spot. A lot of times that helps. You can, especially if they have a man guarding the inbound passer, they can fake like they're going to throw it in and then run on the inline and get a little more open look. Again, we reiterate, Morehead State has had some issues in the past this season of trying just inbounds the basketball under some extreme pressure.
And there'll be extreme pressure right here. Tennessee State will really be fighting to get that ball.
Chuck, regardless of what happens, I think Morehead State and their fans and their coaching staff have to be pretty happy with the defensive job here in the second half that Morehead State has done. Tennessee State has only hit 10 field goals here in this half. 35.7%, and that is going up on one of the OVC's best shooting teams from the field all year.
Morehead State sending out Walker, Henson, Riddle, Cooper, and Baker. Freeman, Littlejohn, Harris, Egbuda, and Brown for TSU. Morehead State to go 94 feet on the inbound. And look at this, they've got 4 people behind the baseline. Actually 5 to inbound. This almost looks like a football formation.
And it's legal, and they can pass it back and forth, and they can hand it back and forth out of bounds.
Inbound to Walker, 10 seconds to go. Walker double teamed and fouled by Pickham, either Brown or Harris. And Jordan Walker will go down to the other end after the 9th foul on TSU to shoot 1+1. Foul goes on Harris. Number 2 for him. 9 seconds to play. Morehead State 65, Tennessee State 63. Jordan Walker with 1+1 line right for MSU. The Eagles will not put anyone around the lane. Walker free throw up in. His first point gives Morehead State a 3-point advantage. His second one could maybe seal the deal for today.
Never a doubt on that one either. It was right in the bullseye.
Walk pounds it down with the right hand. One more bounce. Free throw up and a miss. Rebound right block, Egbuda. Still a chance. Freeman, right wing drive to Littlejohn. Curling around front. 25-footer for 3. In and out, no. Rebound Cooper. Ball game over. Morehead State hangs on to win. Boy, what a tough one today. So for Dean Harden, I'm Chuck Moroz, saying so long from LST Johnson Arena in Morehead, Kentucky. Final score, Morehead State over Tennessee State, 66-63.